things off with a big update on artificial intelligence. If you're one of those people who's worried that AI is getting too smart too fast, you might want to tell Alexa to turn your TV off.
Artificial intelligence, it just got more real.
Artificial intelligence taking a dizzying leap forward. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, which came on the scene just 4 months ago, out with its latest innovation, GPT-4.
It can summarize articles, craft jokes, and even decipher images.
For example, it can tell us that if the strings in this image were cut, the balloons would fly away.
After scanning a picture of what's in your cupboard or fridge, it can serve up options for a recipe.
The previous version of ChatGPT had about a 10% chance of passing the bar exam for lawyers. This new version that's being introduced today has about a 90% chance of passing the bar.
You hear that? Hear that? In 4 months, this thing went from being born to acing the bar exam. What can your dumbass 4-month-old do? Oh, did you see that? Oh, he looked me in the eyes and rolled over. I worked in the White House. And keep in mind, the bar exam isn't just a multiple choice test, okay? You have to write essays. You have to know case law. And you have to learn how to be smug when you say, yeah, I went to law school in New Haven. The point is, this thing is learning fast. Once it figures out how to get drunk and grope someone, it'll be qualified for the Supreme Court. The other big update with this new version is that it can analyze images, like a photo of what's in your fridge. I don't want that. You have too many candy bars alerting Michelle Obama. The big picture here is that AI is gonna do so many things so well that at some point, it's gonna put a huge amount of people out of work. So what do? I have 2 ideas. 1, implement universal basic income. There you go. Or 2, and hear me out here, we let the machines eat all the surplus people. No? Okay, yeah, less popular, I can tell. Fine. All right, enough about machines killing people. Let's move on to people killing people. Yeah, really dark, I know. It's been a year since Russia illegally invaded Ukraine. And now there's an international effort to hold Russia accountable in court for war crimes. But you'll never guess who's standing in the way.
The Pentagon is blocking the Biden administration from sharing evidence of Russian war crimes committed in Ukraine with the International Criminal Court. Military leaders say helping the court with the investigation would set a precedent that could lead to prosecuting Americans.
Oh, that's right. Exhausting. The Pentagon is saying we don't want Russians to get prosecuted for war crimes because then Americans could get prosecuted for war crimes. And I mean, look, I'm just spitballing here. Okay, but one solution could be that Americans just not commit war crimes. No, never mind. That was stupid. That's a stupid idea. Look, but this situation really illustrates how tricky it is for America to condemn other countries. Like Joe Biden's just trying to be like, it is never acceptable to invade another country. And the Pentagon is in the corner just like, let's add in Europe. Just to keep our options open, just in Europe. Anyway, if you take a step back, it's kind of crazy that there even is a concept of war crimes. I mean, I'm glad there is, but you have to admit it's weird when you think about it. It's like, yeah, obviously we'll settle our differences by killing each other, but let's do it like gentlemen. Pew, pew. But let's move on to some good news. For 4 years, the Environmental Protection Agency had a pretty tough time under Donald Trump. He just honestly wasn't a big environmentalist. The only thing he's ever planted is his ex-wife on his golf course. Oh. Golf jokes crossed the line, apparently. But look, it's a new day. And now, like Ke Huy Quan, the EPA is back and bigger than ever.
The EPA today proposed the first ever limits on so-called forever chemicals in drinking water. The toxic chemicals, also known as PFAS, have been used in manufacturing for decades.
These chemicals are used in the manufacturing of products that we use like nonstick pans, waterproof clothing, and furniture.
They don't break down in the environment, and experts say they can cause a host of health issues. The EPA says the proposed limits would save thousands of lives.
This proposed rule will now go through an approval process for several months, including soliciting expert and public input.
So, look, I'm very glad they're doing this. Elections matter and all that. But do we really need months of public input on this? Like, who are the local weirdos who want to keep toxic water chemicals in the water? Yeah, this is big government overreach, all right? If they give everybody clean water, that means they're going to give trans people clean water. I mean, is this on? All right, I have to say, if I may, I like the way the chemicals taste. I think that we should have separate drinking fountains. Not for the toxins, just because, well, you know. Anyway, let's just be glad that they found a way to take these chemicals out of our drinking water. I mean, we could just stop using the chemicals in the first place, but then I'd have to scrape egg gunk off my pan, and honestly, I'd rather die of cancer. For more on this, we turn to Dulcé Sloan, everybody. Dulcé. This is great news for all Americans, right?
Ooh, speak for yourself. I'm not one of those freaks who drinks water.
Everybody drinks water.
No, sir. Not me. I knew there was chemicals in it. Look, this is America, all right? If something's free, that means there's a catch, all right? If an app is free, they're stealing your data. If there's a free trial, they're hoping you forget so they can start charging you. And if a couch is free on Craigslist, your cheap ass just got bed bugs.
Well, don't you have to drink water to, I don't know, survive?
Nope. I get my hydration in other ways. Capri Sun. Straight tequila. And the gushy part of grapes. Yeah.
Dulcé, come on, not every free thing is bad. What about the free samples at Costco?
You can't even get in the door without a membership. Just standing around that bitch costs money.
Okay, church? Going to church costs nothing.
Till the pastor takes up the fourth offering.
Okay, all right. What about a walk in the park with someone you love?
A walk in the park? Ugh, he sound broke. Listen, best case scenario, we're gonna have to split an Uber. Worst case scenario, you get married, have kids, and now your kids got broke jeans. That cost carries on for generations.
Okay, all right, fine. But I know one thing that's definitely free: our friendship.
Cal, listen, have I taught you nothing? This is the Dulcé free trial. I mean, you want to keep talking after this, it's going to cost you $7.99 a month. Listen, this is America, baby, okay?
Dulcé Sloan, everybody.